Mike back again. What we're going to talk about is the first episode of our brand new series that we're coming through, Identity Start to Finish. And really what we're going to talk about in this sort of summary episode is how difficult identity onboarding is today. You know, I've been at this for over 20 years and the process is still broken. And it's crazy to think, you think we had figured it out. And don't get me wrong, we have good and we have great, but we also have bad and we have very, very bad and things you don't want to replicate. But part of this series and over the next 10 episodes, that's what we're going to talk about. So really, why don't we look at this problem, what's going on? And in reality, bad onboarding has a significant impact. It costs businesses billions of dollars annually collectively throughout the market. And it's costing consumers hundreds of hours, hundreds of millions of hours of just wasted time, like just trying to get the things that they want to do. They just want to open an account. They want access to products, services, goods. And why are we making it so difficult? And that's the struggle that we have. And really it comes down to a few things. And we talked about just a second ago, it's this friction. Like you have this compliance, audit, regulatory function in businesses. And then you have the other side, which is like, let's just get these customers on board. We want to sell stuff. Let's get out there. And that's the constraints that they're fighting against constantly. And usually what you see, if you're a big business, like you already have hundreds of thousands to millions of customers, you're usually going to opt on the conservative side. And the reason being is you don't need those customers as much as a startup does. So, and you're more worried about regulatory issues, fines, lawsuits, all those other kind of issues. Whereas if you're a startup, which do crazy stuff and they just onboard people for the heck of it, they're doing that because they're not in the regulatory crosshairs. They're not, too worried about legal issues coming through because honestly, they're not very big and there's not much to take from them. So this is where we have this. So that's why you can analyze good to great on what's happening. But that's the struggle. And when you're looking at it, the threat landscape is changing all the time. Deepfakes 6 months ago have evolved and they're much different than they are today. You have regulations, GDPR, all these other ones, and you're always trying to balance this all the time. And so that's what we're really going to do and really focus on over the coming weeks what's going to happen. We're going to look at lots of different ways that businesses onboard individuals. We're going to look at online, mobile, in-person, biometric related, silent verification, all these other types of aspects that go through to really analyze what's good to great. And hopefully we can come to a consensus at the end of kind of ranking on where we're going to be. So stay tuned. Coming, it's going to be a really exciting series. Episode 2 is dropping Monday. So please check in for that and we'll see you then. Thanks.